I always do a little burial kind of ceremony for them just to pay some respect, and dig the little hole and put them in there, and then after about a month you can, depending on the size of the animal, you can dig them up, and then there's little bones, and the neighbors are always peeking out their windows trying to see what on earth is going on, but it's an important part of the process. A lot of the time I go into it not knowing exactly how it's going to turn out. It's really just exciting to try and think of the limit of what I can make and then push it beyond that and be scared to try and even take it that far. I mean, I try and be as brave as I can. I think most artists are being brave every day, just doing what we do and trying to push the limits of it. And that's when it's exciting for me, is when I can think of a final vision that I want and think, how am I ever going to get there? And it's exciting. I think that death is a really important, it's an integral part of my process, and a really big inspiration for me, because I've lost a lot of friends and family that I've loved, and I know it's something that affects everyone has been affected by it, and it's something that we'll all face ourselves one day. Just being able to use these animal skulls is a way for me to sort of process that pain, but put it into something beautiful and try and just celebrate the life of those people who are gone, and just the whole process of life and death. Because they came from living, breathing creatures at one point, I want to maintain a really high level of respect throughout the whole process, so I try and source the skulls as much as I can myself from the woods. So I need to go to the forest in the interior in Nelson, or out in Squamish in the valley, and you can just, I call them treasure walks. You can just go walking through the forest and find like a partial coyote skull here, and then 100 meters later there's like a fully articulated deer skeleton laying in the riverbed, and that's really important for me, that I can try to source them as directly from their natural death as possible. Every one of these skulls, I take them to the BC Fish and Wildlife Conservation Officer, and he identifies every skull, and I pay for permits to have them in my legal possession, and there are guidelines like that you need to work through. So I'm in the process of talking to a lot of people on the phone and just making sure I follow all the rules that way, because it's something I want to respect and not take advantage of. And also I have some really good friends that have a small scale, sustainable, really conscious farm out in the Slocan Valley, and they let me go pick through their boneyard. And I know those are animals who've had a good life and they've run free and been wild, and that's a really important part of it. I think it's something people don't necessarily get to see every day in this format, so usually people are pretty excited and fascinated by it in a lot of ways, I find. Hi, I'm Mia Dungeon, and I'm a mixed media surrealist in Vancouver.